Long before recorded history carved its first marks into stone, there existed a civilization so advanced, so impossibly structured, that later cultures spoke of it only in whispers, never in claims. They called it the Dawnmakers, a name that appeared across distant continents with no known contact between them. Every reference described the same impossible truth. An entire civilization vanished in a single night. No disease, no war, no migration. Juste absence. The story begins in the heart of a forgotten valley, surrounded by mountains that had no pathways and rivers that bent unnaturally, as though shaped by intelligent hands. Early explorers who stumbled upon the ruins described them as impossibly old, with architecture carved from a stone harder than granite but lighter than wood. The structures showed no tool marks. The blocks fit so perfectly that even modern lasers struggled to detect a seam. This wasn't primitive innovation. This was mastery. Yet mastery without legacy. No burial sites, no artifacts, no language tablets. Only structures that implied a population large enough to build cities, but a presence so faint it challenged logic itself. The first mystery appears in the 7 halls, a series of subterranean chambers that formed a perfect heptagon. Each hall was tuned to a different acoustic frequency. Echoes behaved unnaturally, sometimes returning before the sound was made. Some researchers believed the halls were astronomical instruments. Others argued they were libraries, designed to store information not in writing, but in resonance. Neither theory explains the deepest hall, where sound simply vanished. No echo, no reflection. Silence so complete it felt engineered. Beyond, the 7 halls stood gigantic monolith gates that faced the rising sun. Every gate aligned with a celestial event, solstice, equinox, lunar nodes, and something else, a sky configuration that has not occurred in 12,000 years. This detail sparked a controversy that most archaeologists refuse to entertain. If the alignment is correct, the Dawnmakers would have constructed their monuments before the end of the last ice age, at a time when mainstream science insists such architecture should have been impossible. But impossibility is the theme of this vanished civilization. The valley's centerpiece was a colossal tower, now half collapsed, made from a material that behaves strangely under heat. When exposed to high temperatures, instead of cracking, it becomes more polished, almost mirror-like. Some theorized it was a solar mechanism, reflecting light across vast distances. Others suggested it was ritualistic. But a third group proposed something far more ambitious, that the tower might have been part of a global network, an ancient system of energy transmission that predated any known culture by millennia. Yet all theories crumble before the central question: where did its creators go? According to early oral traditions from tribes miles away, there was a night when the sky split open. A blinding flash illuminated the mountains, followed by silence so profound that animals fled and never returned. Those tribes claimed that the next morning the valley fell empty. The Dawnmakers, once vibrant and visible from afar, left no movement, no smoke rising from hearths, no footsteps in the dirt, only stillness. Some believed it was divine intervention, gods reclaiming their chosen people. Others saw it as a cosmic disaster. But a few scholars pointed toward evidence far stranger: signs of heat, exposure on the stone foundations, sudden crystallization of clay layers, and trees whose growth rings showed a single year of extreme, unexplained radiation. These clues birthed the solar event hypothesis, suggesting that a celestial burst, perhaps a solar flare or gamma-ray event, wiped them out instantly, leaving structures intact but life erased. Yet, this theory collapses under the most important detail: their valuables were gone. Not stolen, removed. Even foundations that once held statues now sat bare, with precise cutouts but no debris. Whatever happened, it wasn't chaos. It was controlled. Then there's the even more bizarre discovery: a wide stone road leading out of the valley and into the mountains. Carved with deliberate grooves, it ends abruptly at a cliff face. But behind that cliff, ground-penetrating scans revealed a massive hollow chamber. Inside that chamber, faint outlines of geometric shapes hint at mechanisms far more advanced than stone masonry. Some experts argue the people didn't vanish. They relocated, but if they did, why leave no trace in any other region? Human migrations leave pattern stools, traditions, burial styles. But after the Dawnmakers vanished, the region shows a cultural reset. Tribes reverted to simpler tools. Settlement density collapsed. Knowledge that should have spread simply evaporated. It's as though the memory of this civilization was intentionally erased. The most unsettling clue comes from ancient carvings found miles away. These carvings depict a tall, slender group of people standing beside smaller tribes. They hold a sphere of light. Above them, a series of spirals represent days, and then abruptly a vertical line meaning end. Beneath it, a final symbol, an empty circle. The tribes interpreted it as those who left the world, not died, not destroyed, left. This gave birth to the most controversial theory, the ascension hypothesis. It claims the Dawnmakers possessed knowledge not of magic or myth, but of advanced physics. Perhaps they understood resonance and solar energy in ways modern science has yet to rediscover. If the seven halls were not temples but frequency engines, perhaps they were attempting something radical, something that required the entire population to take part. A planetary experiment gone wrong, or perfectly right. Skeptics dismiss this as fantasy, but even they cannot explain why hundreds of thousands of tons of stone were assembled with machine-like precision, then abandoned without bodies, tools, or signs of collapse. The final twist came only recently. Deep scans beneath the central tower revealed a sealed vault. Inside the vault, archaeologists found plates of metal covered in microscopic carvings that do not match any known writing system. The symbols resemble waveforms, patterns repeating every 216 cycles. When converted into sound, the waves form harmonics that match the seven halls' acoustic frequencies. It is as if the Dawnmakers were encoding a message not for their contemporaries, but for whoever would eventually rediscover their ruins. A message that suggests their disappearance was not tragic, but intentional. That they were preparing for something long before reality caught up to them. And then comes the detail that unsettles even the most rational minds. The final plate contains a single, perfect spiral ending in a dot, a symbol identical to one found in cave art thousands of miles away. A symbol still used today in indigenous cultures to represent the path to the sky. So what truly happened to this ancient civilization that vanished overnight? Did they fall to a cosmic disaster? Did they activate a technology beyond our understanding? Did they flee, ascend, or transcend? Or is the simplest explanation the most terrifying, that they knew something was coming, something we still cannot detect, and they acted before we ever realized the danger existed? Whatever the truth, the silence of the valley speaks louder than any ruin. And the structures that remain untouched by time whisper the same warning. Great civilizations do not always fall. Sometimes they simply leave.